Hey guys, welcome to the new series. So in this tutorial for the series, I'm just going to be showing you how to make this program right here, as well as just this, but this isn't important. You don't need to really know how this works. This is just a filler program. But on this, we're going to basically make a program that can detect hotkeys, and you can customize this to whatever you want. Here are the hotkey combinations. And then it'll take those hotkeys and it will run a specific program that we want to run. Right now we'll be running this program right here, which will just be a filler program, and we'll change that later. But if we run it and we type in Control left, Alt left, and then the key code, which happens to be K, if we wait 3 seconds as dictated by this program, hello world will be written in that chat. And so basically it sleeps for 3 seconds and then prints it, right? But then if we do Control Alt K and then P, nothing should happen, because what Control Alt P is, which is this function 2, is it'll just terminate this program before it'll just terminate it halfway through. The reason this is important and why we need to do this is because in this series I'm going to be showing you how you can use pynput to take control over things like your mouse and keyboard, which if there's not a safe and reliable way to turn it off, it can get really bad. And personally, when I was learning to do all this, I had to restart my computer multiple times and I almost lost everything if it wasn't for local history in PyCharm here, which shows me all previous updates to the document. If it weren't for that, I would have lost everything. So this is really important stuff. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the tutorial. Okay, to start, first we have to either open the command prompt or the CMD. You can just type in CMD or command prompt, either work. Either this or the terminal if you're using PyCharm. Both will work, but we'll just use this because not everybody uses PyCharm. And the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to pip install something. Sounds a bit scary. It's not that hard. Open the command prompt, just pip install and then pynput or pynput, and then just click enter on that. It's going to be a bunch of stuff. It looks all scary. I already have it installed. It's going to be like a loading bar. There's going to be some stuff, text writing class, doesn't matter. As long as it says, requirement satisfied, stuff like that, you should be good. Or installation completed. Doesn't matter about this warning. This warning doesn't really change anything. Okay, once you have pynput installed, what you're going to want to do is you are going to go from pynput.keyboard, which is just the keyboard subdivision in pynput, import KeyCode and listener, just like that. Now we've got everything we need for pynput. We also need to import something from subprocess, but that is a pre-included library in Python, so all you got to do is just type import subprocess as sp. You don't need to include the sp, but it just abbreviates it from, you having to type subprocess over and over again. And then that's all we need from that. Now we're just going to create a variable called extProc. It's just going to equal none. It's gonna be empty. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it like that. Okay, now we're going to create a function, the first function, which is going to start running the file in the background, right? So define it as a function, and we'll just call it function1. You can call it whatever you want. Just every time function1 shows up in the code, you can just change it, and that should work. There we go, define it like that. And then we'll just do print, and then you can really put whatever you want in here. I'm just gonna put hello world. Okay, there we go. So it's just gonna print hello world. We'll also create a second function, which is just gonna contain much of the same thing. And then we'll also make this print hello world, but we'll just make this hello world 2. We'll just make it like that so we can distinguish the two, so we can know which function is running. Okay, next what we're gonna want to do is create the combinations of keys to be pressed, which will run these functions. So we'll just create a single combination to function, just like that. Now we're going to put some frozen sets in here, and these will just store the different functions which have to be true for the thing to run. So frozenset key dot. Okay, now we're going to make the first key control. So it'll be key dot control underscore L for left. So this will be the left control key. So you have to press that down. But we won't just have it as that, because that would be, so anybody can just press control and it would run the thing. That's not great. We'll also make it so you have to press key dot alt, also left. So you can press ones close together. And then we'll do KeyCode, and we'll make this KeyCode VK equals 75, just like that. And the KeyCode's equals 75. KeyCode equals 75 will pretty much just meaning that that'll be K. So it's confusing, but it's an Ascii character set, and 75 equals K. And then it's just the alphabet. So if you think about it, if 75 equals K, P, which will be for our next star, we'll just copy this and just change a few values. P will be A, which we'll change to here. And I'll probably link in the description, or just write it in the description, of all the different codes for A through, Z. So that way you can just look at that and we won't get confused. Okay, and then that'll run function 2 if it's used. So that'll be K for start, Control Alt K, and Control Alt P for stop. Sounds a bit weird, but K on YouTube is start, and P on YouTube is pause as well. So you can use those on YouTube. So I just decided to use those for the starting and stopping of the different function. Okay, and now that we've got that, we can just leave that as it is, and we'll just create an empty set called VKS. Press to VKS. We'll just leave that empty for now, because this will be the currently pressed keys kind of storage area, but it'll just be empty at the very start of the program. And next we'll create a function that'll get the keys. This will get the virtual code from the key, so say 75 for K. It'll get that. So we'll define get virtual keys, and then we'll write key, so we'll pass that input through. Then we'll do return key dot vk if hazard equals vk, and then else we'll just make key dot value dot vk, and there we go. That's what we need to do for the getting the virtual keys. And next we'll make a if combination is pressed, if the right combination is pressed function. There we go, just like that. Now we will return all get vk and then key in pressed underscore vks for key in combination. There we go, just like that. And this will just check the combination is satisfied if with the keys pressed with press VKS. Next we'll create a function which will be like on key press. It'll run on key press. On press, just like that. Key vk equals get underscore vk key, just like that. Okay, so this will get the keys virtual key, so the code as expressed up here, right there. Okay, yep, just like that. Okay, next will be pressed vkeys dot add vkey, and so this will add it to the set of currently pressed keys that the program knows about. And then for combination in combination to function, if is combination pressed, combination, and then combination to function, combination. Okay, so that code looks very complicated, and it kind of is. This will loop through each combination. This line of code right here will loop through each combination. This will check if all the keys in the combination are pressed. If they're not, it'll complain. If it is, it won't complain. And then right here, If so, it'll execute this function. So, kind of complicated. Don't worry, I'll put all the code down in the description, so if you want to just copy and paste this in and just not have to deal with actually writing any of the code, I'll put in some notation and stuff like that, so it still explains some stuff, and you'll just be able to copy and paste it if you don't want to bother, you know, trying to learn it all. Which, fair enough, it's quite confusing. And then to find on release, so this function will be like, oh, what happened on release? This will handle that. vk equals get vk key, and then so this will just get the keys that have been pressed, and then press keys dot remove vk, so it'll get rid of them, so they're not just sitting there the whole time and like repeatedly clicking for only one press. So yeah, with listener on press, with listener on press equals on press on release equal on release, and this particular line of code is in like everything that listens to everything using pynput to listen to stuff as and this is why we imported listener earlier, and then we just listener dot join. There we go. Now this should work. Okay, now so if we just run it, I fixed a few errors I saw with the code. I didn't put the C's in function, so it's just function. I mean, there are always some small errors. Don't get distressed if you see some errors, like some red stuff in that log down here. Just go and see what it says is wrong. Generally, it's pretty easy to fix. And then if we run this, Control Alt K, hello world, Control Alt P, hello world 2. There we go. So I'm just pressing Control Alt and K, and you know we can just spam this. We can spam both. There we go, bam, just like that. Now, I mean, this is great and all, but what are we going to do with just printing hello world? I mean, we can like go out of this, which is pretty cool. We can run it, and then we can just go out to the desktop. You know, we can be doing stuff. Let me show you what we can be doing stuff in Control K. It's monitoring like all the key presses, you know, no matter what function you're in, so you can just go and do stuff. But what use is that? Well, okay, I'm going to this is why we imported subprocesses. We are going to show how to open a file, say. So I'm just going to go to this file right here. It's empty right now, and we're just going to import time. I know we need to import time, it's all around us, but we always do. Okay, we import time, and then we just do time.sleep, and you'll see why I'm making it sleep. And then print hello world. There we go. Print hello world. Okay, so you'll see why I'm making it sleep in a minute. But this will just make it sleep for 3 seconds. So the program will just stop running for 3 seconds, and then start running after that 3 seconds. With everything below it. Time.sleep is quite helpful for timing. Okay, so we're in here. We're just going to empty function 1. Just empty it out. And this is also why we created this right here. This isn't used for anything in you know, through all of here and stuff like that. That's not used at all by it. This is used just specifically for this. So first we are going to create make it global inside of here. Global, there we go, global, like that. Now it's global, now it's in here. Don't need to worry about it not being in here. And now we just do equals sp.Popen, and then okay, now we specify file type. We are running Python files. You could put exe in here, say. Right, okay. Next, comma. Now we put the file name, and after this we put any things that the file needs to know, but we don't need to do that now. That's something different. So the file name is mouse quad tool. That'll be for another tutorial that'll be coming down the pipeline. I'll be using this code as well for that, just as a safe way to turn off the code, because it'll be messing with I'll be getting it to move the mouse and stuff like that. You always need to safe, reliable way to just stop the program. But yeah, I'll be using this code for that. But yeah, mouse chord tool.py. You also got to put the .py in here. Okay, just like that. So this should, in theory, open it. Now if we rerun, okay, there we go. Nothing's happening. I pressed it, and then hello world, just like I said. So I'll do it again. Okay, pressed it. Wait. And it should come up now. There we go. So it's running the other process. What's really cool about this is, unlike a lot of the other ways you can open it, it actually creates a separate child program that's running in tandem, but not stopping the main program from running, which means you could just spam K and it'll come up in about 3 seconds, you know, all the different things that it's spammed in, which doesn't seem that great or that unique. But if you're, say, messing with mouse imports and it's a while loop that never ends, using this you can open it and still have this file run to shut it, which we're going to show how to shut files, you know, stop them from running with this as well. So, in function 2, that's what we're going to use function 2 for. And you can add as many functions as you want. So you can make all kinds of different things run with your own macros. It's quite useful. Okay, first of all, we're going to, again, we'll just copy and paste this code. It doesn't really matter. We'll just, there we go, making that global, so it's in here now. We don't need to worry about it. First, if extProc is none, and then I'm just going to copy and paste this from the other document I've opened here because I don't want to write it out again. Just there we go. So pretty much what I'm doing here is, if its value is still equal to nothing, it means that the person hasn't started the other file, and if you try and stop a file that hasn't started, it'll crash. The whole program, this main program right here, will crash. Obviously we don't want that, so we'll just check to see if this value is still none, so the program still hasn't been started at all, and then we'll just, you know, print a warning and nothing else will happen, which is what we want. And then if it's anything other than that, so we'll just make it else, which it should be this, if we've run stuff in it. So we'll just make it else, just like that, and then we'll write sp, so it'll be going back to subprocesses, just it's the shortened Popen again, pyopen if you are wondering, and then terminate, and then put the process you want to terminate. So this should stop it. Terminate will stop the program, and then kill will actually just completely end everything. We don't want to do that because then this check won't work properly anymore. If we just type in kill, this won't be equal to none, so it'll try and stop it or kill it again, but it will already be stopped, and so it'll just crash. So we want to put terminate, which will just stop it, not kill it. Okay, now we run. Let's go. There we go. We haven't started, silly. Nothing will stop. So we could just spam this. Nothing happen. Okay. Now press K. There we go. Hello world. Now K and P. Nothing. K again. There we go. K, P. Nothing. So it'll run mouse chord. It'll start to run it. It'll start to go through this time. It's not sleep. But then the control P will stop it. Control Alt P will stop it before it can print its thing. And if you want to see all this like working, you can just put a print at the start of each function just to show it working, you know, for debugging purposes and stuff like that. In my test document, I've gotten that written out, and the test document I'll probably is the one I'll put in the description. It's got a bunch of notations so I can remember what everything does. Okay, and so basically this is all for the tutorial. In the next tutorial I'll be covering. I'll make a helpful tool for pynput, like with it moving the mouse positions, and then I'll also create a program, and it'll be quite interesting because it'll be a bot for something. I'm not exactly sure what. It could be a game,
and I'll show you how to make your own bots basically with pynput. It'll be custom, like it'll make custom scripts, and you can, you know, say if it's in the game, you can attack, you can eat, that kind of stuff. You can use it to make, I don't know, YouTube channels over and over again to subscribe to me. You could do that. I definitely haven't done that before. Definitely never. Definitely haven't. But yeah, you can. This is quite helpful stuff that you could use for quite a few things. So, sub if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. Just so more people can see these videos. I don't even really want to get that big. I just want people to look at these videos, and hopefully it helps them. And hit the like button as well if you want to. Thanks for watching. I hope that it helped everything. If you have any questions, type in the comments and I'll try and get back to you with some answers. But yeah, thanks. See you later. Bye.